You've likely heard the buzz around apple cider vinegar, right?
Yeah.
And it's pretty impressive health benefits, especially when it comes to your heart. It's become a real staple in lots of wellness routines.
Oh, absolutely. It's everywhere.
But here's the unexpected twist, and honestly, it's a big one. Studies suggest that for all those potential benefits, it really, really only works if you approach it the right way. So today, we're diving deep into why so many people might be, well, accidentally sabotaging their efforts without even realizing it. We'll unpack the common missteps and, maybe more importantly, the simple adjustments that study suggests can make all the difference.
It's truly fascinating, isn't it? How often good intentions can kind of miss the mark, even with something that seems as simple as apple cider vinegar. This deep dive will really illuminate the why behind the what, helping you unlock the full potential for your heart health. It's about being informed, not just hopeful.
All right, let's unpack the first big mistake we see people make, often right from the start. Just using the wrong type of vinegar. You're at the store, you're staring at like a dozen different bottles, all saying ACV. Which one do you grab?
It's such a common trap. That crystal clear, filtered apple cider vinegar. It looks really appealing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So polished, so pretty.
It does look cleaner, yeah.
But that clean look, it comes at a significant cost. It's been processed, often pasteurized, and that strips away the most beneficial parts. Studies suggest for heart health, the real key is raw, unfiltered ACV.
Okay.
That's the one that still contains the mother. You know, those sort of cloudy, stringy strands you see floating at the bottom. That's where the true power lies.
The mother, it sounds almost, well, mystical. So what exactly is the mother, and why is it so incredibly crucial for our heart health, based on what the studies are showing?
Well, the mother is this complex living culture. It's made of beneficial bacteria and enzymes, and it forms during the fermentation process. What's really fascinating is how these tiny probiotics in the mother act almost like silent guardians. Studies suggest they profoundly impact your gut microbiome.
Right, the gut-heart connection.
Exactly. And a healthy gut, well, it turns out it's a really often overlooked ally for your heart. Studies suggest it can significantly lower inflammation throughout your body, which then reduces the strain on your entire cardiovascular system.
That makes sense.
Filtered vinegar,
Right.
while it might have some, mild uses, it just lacks these powerful active compounds. Plus, studies suggest the organic acids and polyphenols, which are abundant in the raw version, can even improve how your body processes fats. And that directly supports the health of your arteries and your heart. So if you're aiming for those heart benefits, like maybe reducing cholesterol or supporting blood pressure, that unfiltered type, it's pretty much non-negotiable.
So when you're actually at the grocery store making that choice, what should you look for? Labels that clearly say raw, unfiltered, maybe organic.
Yep, those are the key words.
And here's a quick check. Give the bottle a little shake. You should absolutely see that sediment swirling around at the bottom.
That's the mother.
That's the mother, and that's your sign you're getting the real deal. Okay. Now, here's where it gets, I think, really interesting, because more isn't always better, right? Especially with something potentially potent like ACV. Lots of people think, oh, if a little is good, a lot must be amazing.
Exactly, and that's a potentially dangerous assumption. Studies suggest that exceeding just 1 to 2 tablespoons, that's roughly 15 to 30 milliliters per day, can actually lead to some serious side effects. Well, one major concern with taking too much ACV is its impact on your potassium levels.
Yeah, okay.
When you consume it in excess, studies suggest it can increase potassium loss through urination, potentially leading to something called hypokalemia, which is dangerously low potassium.
And that affects the heart.
Directly. It interferes with proper heart muscle function. It can cause irregular heartbeats or other kinds of cardiovascular stress, so it effectively undoes the very benefits you're trying to achieve for your heart. And beyond that, study also links long-term overuse to reduced bone mineral density, likely because its acidity impacts how your body absorbs vital minerals.
That's a huge point about potassium and heart rhythm. So the key takeaway here isn't to chug it, it's consistency over quantity.
Precisely.
You absolutely want to avoid just, estimating your dose. Maybe try measuring it out with a proper tablespoon or even one of those little medicine cups.
Good idea.
Just to ensure you stay precisely within that safe and effective range. Okay, so we've got the right type of ACV and we know exactly how much to take. But here's a curveball. Studies suggest when you take it can make all the difference, can't it? It's not just about getting it into your system, but getting it in at the optimal moment.
Precisely. So many people just drink it whenever they happen to remember, maybe first thing in the morning or randomly. But studies suggest ACV works most effectively when consumed about 15 to 20 minutes before meals.
Before meals, why then?
Well, the why behind this is really critical for blood sugar management, especially after you eat carbohydrates. When you consume carbs, your blood sugar naturally rises. Now, if that spike gets too high, or if your body struggles to bring it down efficiently, studies suggest it can lead to increased insulin resistance over time.
And that's a big heart disease risk factor.
A major one. So, drinking diluted ACV before your meal seems to help slow this blood sugar increase. It makes your body less likely to overproduce insulin.
Makes sense.
And since study links high insulin levels to things like weight gain and higher cholesterol, well, every little bit helps protect your heart.
So don't just leave this to chance. Here's a really powerful, actionable tip you could implement today. Maybe set a reminder on your phone. Drink that diluted ACV about 15-20 minutes before whatever your heaviest meal of the day is.
Good plan.
This one small habit could ensure you're leveraging those benefits at exactly the right time. Now, let's be honest for a second. That strong, vinegary taste, it can be a bit challenging to get down.
It definitely can be.
So we know people often try to make it more palatable, but studies suggest that can come with hidden risks, right? What are some common mixing mistakes people fall into?
This is a massive one. Yeah, to mask that intense flavor, people frequently mix ACV with sugary drinks. Things like fruit juice or honey or maybe sweetened iced teas.
Right, trying to make it taste good.
Exactly. And while it might improve the taste, this approach actually undermines ACV's positive effects, particularly on cholesterol and blood sugar levels.
How so?
Well, when you consume those sugary mixers, your body immediately prioritizes processing that quick rush of glucose. This effectively overrides ACV's natural ability to help regulate blood sugar, which is, one of its primary benefits.
So it cancels it out.
Pretty much. Over time, higher sugar intake, even from seemingly healthy sources like natural fruit juice, contributes to fat storage, leads to weight gain, especially around vital organs, and escalates cardiovascular risks. You're essentially undoing the very heart health benefits you're trying to achieve.
So we're basically shooting ourselves in the foot just to make it taste a bit better.
In a way, yes.
The good news, though, is that simple, sugar-free alternatives work just as well, study suggests, and they can still make it palatable. Diluting it with plain water is always the best and easiest approach.
Definitely the simplest.
But if you want a little flavor boost, maybe try adding fresh lemon, a dash of cinnamon, even some fresh mint.
Those are great options. Cinnamon's particularly good, study suggests, as it also has some blood sugar benefits.
Oh, interesting. So small tweaks for genuinely big heart benefits. Now, this next one might seem like a quick shortcut, but drinking ACV straight, just right out of the bottle. Studies suggest that can do more harm than good. I've heard quite a bit about this, especially concerning dental health. Is that true?
It's absolutely true, and it's a critical point.
Yeah.
The acidity of undiluted ACV is incredibly high, really high.
Right.
Over time, direct exposure can severely erode the protective enamel on your teeth. And once that enamel wears down, it doesn't regenerate.
Oh, wow. It's gone for good.
Gone for good, leading to increased sensitivity, discoloration, and a much higher risk of cavities. But what many people don't realize is that poor dental health isn't just a mouth issue. It has wider implications.
How does it connect to the heart?
Well, research indicates that things like gum disease and chronic oral inflammation are actually directly linked to arterial inflammation.
No way.
Yes, which significantly raises your risk of heart disease. So, yeah, it's connected to your heart in ways you might not expect.
That's a powerful connection I never fully appreciated. Okay, so the message is crystal clear. Always dilute it.
Always.
A solid rule of thumb seems to be 1 tablespoon of ACV with at least 8 ounces of water.
That's a good ratio.
And to go a step further, really protect your teeth. Maybe consider using a straw just to keep the vinegar from washing directly over your enamel.
A good tip.
And always rinse your mouth with plain water afterward, just to wash away any residual acidity.
Excellent advice.
Okay, now, let's zoom out a bit and look at the bigger picture of integrating ACV into your life. People often stumble on these next few points because, well, they lose momentum, or, let's face it, they might have unrealistic expectations.
Yeah, inconsistency is definitely one of the biggest roadblocks. ACV's benefits for heart health and overall health, really, they rely heavily on daily, consistent use.
Why daily?
Because studies suggest the benefits build gradually over time. Skipping days disrupts those critical processes, things like blood sugar control and cholesterol management.
Right.
Think of it like exercise for your heart. ACV doesn't produce instant results. Study suggests each daily dose contributes to progressive changes, like better insulin sensitivity or maybe reduced arterial stiffness. Using it sporadically means you're essentially hitting pause on those benefits, and they just don't accumulate.
So how do we make consistency easier? Maybe a non-negotiable? Perhaps try integrating ACV into a habit you already have, like a morning water ritual, or maybe when you're prepping lunch.
That's a great strategy, habit stacking.
Yeah. Or setting a phone reminder, or even just keeping the bottle visible on your kitchen counter could work as helpful nudges. Small effort, potentially big long-term impact on your heart.
Exactly.
Now, linked to consistency is this next point. Expecting instant results. This is such a common reason people give up, isn't it?
It really is.
Heart health doesn't improve overnight, and studies suggest neither do the benefits of ACV. We all crave those instant results, but that's just not how health works usually.
Unfortunately not. The data shows that significant benefits from daily ACV use often take, say, 4 to 6 weeks to even begin appearing.
4 to 6 weeks, okay.
And in fact, noticeable changes in things like cholesterol. Studies suggest that usually requires closer to 12 weeks of consistent use.
12 weeks, okay, that's 3 months.
Right. It's important to understand that small, gradual changes are happening inside your body, even if you don't necessarily feel them initially. ACV seems to work by improving your body's insulin sensitivity and reducing cholesterol over time. These are processes whose results build slowly. That's why patience and consistency are absolutely critical. Stopping too soon could mean walking away right before the benefits are about to truly manifest.
So instead of just relying on how you feel, which, let's be honest, can be misleading day to day, maybe track progress with measurable data.
That's a much better approach.
Things like using a home blood pressure monitor or getting regular lab results for cholesterol from your doctor. Those can show you the concrete changes.
Exactly. See the numbers move.
Yeah. Give your routine at least 12 weeks, maybe even longer, to see those meaningful, lasting improvements. It's about the data, not just a gut feeling.
That's well said.
Okay, here's where things get critically important. We often assume ACV is harmless just because it's natural, right? But studies suggest that's a risky assumption, especially if you happen to be on medication.
Absolutely. This is a huge one. One of the biggest mistakes you can make is ignoring how ACV might interact with certain prescription medications.
Right.
And these interactions have the potential to lead to harmful side effects, some of which can be quite serious.
Can you give some examples?
Sure. For instance, studies suggest ACV has natural anticoagulant properties. That means it can thin the blood slightly.
Okay.
So it could potentially amplify the effects of blood thinners, like warfarin. This could dramatically increase your risk of excessive bleeding.
Oh, wow. That's serious.
Very. Similarly, if you're taking diuretics medications that help remove fluid and often affect potassium ACE's own ability to potentially lower potassium levels, could cause dangerously low levels when combined.
Double trouble there.
Exactly. And for people taking insulin or other diabetes medications, the concern is that ACV can also lower blood sugar. Combining it with drugs designed to do the exact same thing could potentially drop your blood sugar too low, leading to hypoglycemia.
Which is also dangerous.
Definitely.
Okay, so this brings up an absolutely essential question. What should you do if you're taking any medication?
The answer is clear and it's simple. Always consult your healthcare provider before incorporating ACV into your routine. Full stop.
Talk to your doctor.
Yes. Ensuring it works with, not against your current medications is key to avoiding unnecessary health risks. Your doctor or pharmacist can help you navigate this safely and effectively. Don't guess.
Crucial advice. Okay, finally, let's talk about perhaps the biggest misconception of all. Seeing ACV as some kind of miracle solution, a cure-all. We've all seen those dramatic headlines, haven't we? Drink this and fix everything.
Oh yeah, the hype is definitely out there. And it's really crucial to clarify ACV's true role. While study shows ACV can be a helpful tool, maybe for blood sugar regulation or cholesterol management, it is only one piece of the larger heart health puzzle. It's just not powerful enough on its own to, say, reverse existing heart disease or replace necessary medical treatments.
That's not a magic bullet.
Not at all. Relying on it alone is a mistake, because it can cause people to overlook bigger, more critical steps for improving heart health. A holistic approach is truly necessary for meaningful, long-term results.
What does that holistic approach look like?
It means things like a balanced diet rich in whole foods, regular cardiovascular exercise, effective stress management. These are all indispensable.
The fundamentals.
The fundamentals. And medical treatments or medications, when prescribed by a doctor, play an equally vital role in managing heart conditions. Overemphasizing ACV can create this false sense of security, making it easy to neglect these other tried and true methods.
Right. So what does this all mean for your overall health strategy? Think of ACV as a supportive tool, maybe something that enhances a healthy lifestyle.
Exactly. It works best alongside other intentional choices you make.
Heart health requires balance, and ACV is just one small part of a broader, well-rounded strategy, not the whole strategy itself.
Perfectly put. It's a helper, not the hero.
We've truly unpacked a lot today. It seems like mastering apple cider vinegar for heart health really comes down to avoiding these common pitfalls. Everything from choosing the right type and the right dosage to getting the timing right, making sure you dilute it, and really understanding its supportive role alongside your comprehensive health strategy.
Yeah, and if we connect all these dots, look at the bigger picture, it's clear that those small, consistent steps and truly informed choices, knowing the why, that's what leads to lasting, measurable improvements for your heart.
It's a journey, not a quick fix.
Absolutely. Study suggests it's a marathon, not a sprint.
So now, as you reflect on this deep dive we've taken, here's a thought. What single habit could you adjust today, maybe starting right now, to set your heart health journey on a stronger, more informed path? Really making sure your ACV efforts, if you choose to use it, are truly working for you, not against you. Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Stay curious, keep prioritizing your well-being, and remember, knowledge really is power when it comes to your health.